أهلا بكم أعزائي المشاهدين ومرحبا في حلقة هذا الأسبوع من القصة الأسبوعية مع حلا. أهلا حلا،
السلام عليكم.
كيف حالك اليوم؟
كويس الحمد لله.
إيش القصة اللي اخترتي لنا إياها؟
لسه اسمها River Friendly, River Wild by Jane Kurtz, illustrated by Neil Brennan.
أوكي. عن إيش هاي القصة؟
Well, it's about a little girl and there was a flood in her neighborhood, so it's like a it's like a story, and it's like a it uses a unique way of storytelling. It's like a poem. So, like, for each page is the poem, and it kind of tells through that story, and I find that very nice. It's good to listen to, so that's why I'm reading it.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Thank you. River Friendly, River Wild. Give me a second. Right. The river wiggled like a fat brown thread along the flat quilt of the Red River Valley, stitching North Dakota and Minnesota together. My friend Sarah and I ran races up and down the dike. In winter, we walked across the river to touch Minnesota. In spring, we sat on her back porch and watched the river ripple. Sometimes, full of spring rain, it crawled up her yard, leaving chunks of trees that we made into pirate ships. My brother Max fished on the river's banks. Sometimes he let me carry his fishing pole, and I sat beside him, loving the wet, muddy smell of the summer river. One time, Max caught the biggest fish any of us ever saw. I ran and got the scale. We weighed it, and Max kissed it, and he threw it back. That was us. That was the river. Spring creeps into the city, one toe at a time. Days are warm as the boots that snuggled my feet all winter. Nights are cold. That's good, Mr. Ford from across the street says. Good, because the ice won't melt too fast and swell the river even more. Snow piles that once were over my head shrink until they're short as my waist. Then the blizzard hits. Ice licks tree branches and drips from telephone wires. Electric poles fall down. Power fizzles. My dad makes a fire in the wood stove downstairs and cooks hamburgers on top. Max and I wiggle around in our sleeping bags and play Monopoly. Our cat Kiwi knocks the houses off with her paws. We hardly miss the television at all. As the snow starts falling, we drift asleep deep in our bags, close to the warm black stove. Snow's melting, rivers rising, water's coming from the south, like a pickup truck in overdrive. Everybody's bagging sand, piling the bags on top of the dikes. 1 lift, 2 swing, 3 catch, 4 toss. The water creeps into Sarah's yard. The water creeps up to Sarah's back porch. A truck rumbles by with sandbags for Sarah. 1 lift, 2 swing, 3 catch, 4 toss. A truck rumbles to dump sand for Sarah. Scrape, scritch, shovel the sand. Swish, thump, drop it in the bag. Wrist twist till the bag's closed. Mom turns the wire to shut the bag's mouth. 1 lift, 2 swing, 3 catch, 4 toss. 1 lift, 2 swing, 3 catch, 4 toss. Melting snow has made the river wild. Day after day, it pushes the dikes, where people walk 2 by 2, looking for cracks that could sprout and let river trickle through. Don't worry, Dad says. We're on high ground for Lincoln Drive. I don't think the water could possibly get up here. but I go to school worrying off anyways. By noon, the classrooms buzz with stories of cracks. Don't worry, Mom says when I come home for lunch. Engineers are working on the dike. I walk back to school watching our neighbors sandbag relentlessly. I'm at the swings when air raid sirens rise and fall up and swell the air. Parents pop up from everywhere. Sarah and I call hands and stare at each other. Call me, she says, as her mom runs up. I call all afternoon, but she never answers. At supper, everyone is quiet as unturned pages in a book. Let's pack just one bag, Mom says finally. Just one bag, just in case. Can I pack the cat? I ask. If we do leave, Dad says, it will only be a couple of days. She'll be much happier at home. I pack 4 books, 3 shirts, and 2 pairs of jeans. When I lie in bed, while my heart pumps like a rowing machine, Dad tucks me in. Promise me one thing, I say. Yes, Dad says. Put out lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of food and water for Kiwi, just in case. Most things you lie awake and worry about don't happen. This one does. Sirens woo-woo wake us up. Everybody out. Everybody out. I cry over Kiwi. Max kisses Kiwi. We grab our bags. Rush, rush, everybody out. I blow kisses to Kiwi. Max cries over Kiwi. We rush. Hush, Mom says. Through the midnight streets, out of the silent city, away from the wild river, away from our home, away from Sarah. The shelter cots are hard and squeaky when people turn at night. I can stretch and touch Mom and Dad and Max, but I miss that motor stomach Kiwi cat. Suddenly, everyone's up and staring. Look at the television, someone in the shelter says. Black, thick smudges of smoke. What's happening? What's wrong? How can things burn where they're sitting in the water? Fire tongues lick the sky. Is the world burning up? Will the buildings all catch fire? Will the downtown all catch fire? Will the homes all catch fire? I asked rapidly. I don't know, Dad says. I don't think so, Mom says. The sky turns red. Then the sky turns black. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm too scared to go to sleep. On the TV, the walls fall down again and again and again and again. Two weeks of waiting to find out if we have anything left. My parents don't know what to do. They wander around like balls of string, winding and unwinding. My mom makes lists of everything she might have lost in the flood. I wonder where Sarah is, and if Kiwi is scared in our island house with a rush of water all around. It's a lot for a cat to handle. On TV, we watch our city where people navigate the river streets in any way they can. They wade, they rumble in Humvees. They ripple through the streets in boats, ducking under power lines. That used to be Lincoln Drive, a reporter says. Now it's Lincoln Lake, my dad says. Look, Max points. It's Sarah's house. What do you mean it's Sarah's house, Max? All I see is a roof. I go out and sit on the porch. My mom comes out with a squeezy hug. Want to try on the nice dress Grandma sent? It's not my dress, I answer. Want to go find the library? I'm never reading a book again because I can't have my own books. We do have a nice house to stay in, she says. You should be grateful. Wasn't it nice we could borrow this house? It was nice, but I want to go home. My mom and I cry with our arms around each other. Come on, I finally tell her. How about I'll help you find the library? And that's it for this week. This story is a bit long, so I read half of it and I'll finish the rest of the other half next week. It's quite a big cliffhanger, isn't it?
This was a very interesting story, Hala. And yeah, I think it would be nice if you would do more episodes of this story.
I think I'll be able to finish the rest next week, hopefully. It is quite a long story, but I hope the best for the little girl.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a sad story, and considering that a few years back, that's exactly what happened in Ottawa with the whole tornado thing.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
really sucked.
Yeah.
It's very worrying. I can't help to think about the cat. Like, I know I should be thinking about her friend Sarah, but what happened to the cat?
I think the cat is gonna come again soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, imagine you're sitting on a box in the middle of a flood, and especially since cats hate water, and you're sitting there, what is happening? I'm worried about
It'll
the
be
cat.
interesting to see. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you next week.
You too.
Thank you so much. شكرا أعزائي المشاهدين، وأتمنى أن نراكم مرة أخرى الأسبوع القادم.